Greetings and welcome once again to the Heart of the Witch's Path podcast. I'm your co-host Helen.
And I'm Cathy.
And today we're coming to you with episode 201.
Yep.
Ooh, and it's darn cold in Michigan today.
And there's actually snow.
And there's snow. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly here in Michigan. So, today we decided to talk about what I think will be a very beneficial topic.
It could be.
Could be
beneficial.
Today we want to talk about different organizations that offer witchy learning.
Distance, correspondence, witchy learning.
Online correspondence, email, things of that nature. But
before we get to that,
we
have an important topic to discover.
And what is that?
That is...
Boy, our I thought you had
I had it up, I swear, and then I got a text. Our topic, our correspondence of the day. Weekday.
Wow. Is this a ratchet show today or what?
It's the snow or the cat. We have a cat that's kind of distracting us.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I suspected for a second as we started recording that there was going to be a hairball extraction.
Oh no! Thanks,
or
Nala.
Something.
It's Magnus who coughs up hairballs. Nala just gets into everything.
Oh no! Really? Nala? Bad kitty? No.
One of the two bad kitties, yes.
Anyhow, the correspondence of the day for this episode is
the yellow candle.
Yes. Yes.
So it's kind of candle magic-y.
Kind of candle magic-y, kind of specific to yellow.
Yes.
And it kind of plays into our topic for today.
Yes, because a yellow candle is very helpful when you are trying to learn.
Yes.
It can be an aid to retention of the stuff that you're looking at. It can help you focus, especially if you dress the candle. I know that rosemary is supposed to increase your memory by something like 17 or 25%.
Yes.
The smell of rosemary.
I remember that the very first spell that I was ever asked to do for someone involved someone that was going back to school as an adult, and she was looking for some help in focusing and helping with her studies and things of that nature. And through my, through doing research and stuff like that and preparing this spell for her, I bought her a yellow pillar candle and dressed it with oils. I don't remember. I think I have it written in my book of light what oil specifically I used.
Right.
But I also wrote on the candle and gave that to her and told her to burn that as she was studying and it would help her.
Right.
So, that's something that we've kind of currently right now. I have a yellow candle that I am burning for my studies with the Temple of Witchcraft. So
you can see the yellow candle that's actually on my altar.
Currently on your altar.
So yeah, yellow candle is our correspondence of the week. Day or minute, whatever.
So, all right, let's talk about this. We have we personally have been involved in a few online / email correspondency schools, and so I've had a very positive experience.
I have too.
So we thought that it would be a cool, thing to share our experiences. Wow.
I'm sorry. I just happened to notice that Helen is wearing her We Alert Away 2013 shirt, and so am I. No, we did not.
This is not planned.
I
saw you look down, and I looked down, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Okay.
So Discovery.
All right. So we both had good experiences with distance learning, and we know of a couple of people who have also had good luck with distance learning.
So we thought we'd talk about our experiences, share, some of the some of the, I guess I'd call them entities or organizations, or,
Right.
depending, because some are actually recognized churches,
Right.
and things like that, and just kind of share with you.
And most of these are ones that we or somebody we know has had experience with, but there is one that I just happened to come across on Facebook the other day. So we're going to include that one, even though is there two?
Yeah,
There's
there's
two.
two.
Okay, so there's a couple that we really don't have any experience with, but we thought that we would mention them. So if you have had experience with either of these schools or any of the other schools that we mentioned, please leave a comment and let us know what you think.
Yeah, share your experiences. We're all about, learning from each other.
Right. Because we would like to be more interactive, but in order for us to be more interactive, it requires you, the listener, to be interactive as well.
Yay. So that being said, let's dive in.
Sure.
And the first entity that we ever had experience with would be Witch School. And Witch School is maintained by the
Corellian
Corellian
nativist
I always,
tradition.
yes.
The website address is witchschool.com. They have been around for a long time.
Yeah, because um I hold a first degree through them. That they are the first group that I received any kind of degree through.
Mm-hmm.
And you have,
Yeah, I think I was trying to remember. I think I got my first degree in like 2001 or something like that. I'd have to look at my certificate, but it's been a while. So
right, and you
I
have
hold
a,
the first and second, and I'm doing my third degree studies through them.
right. And I started my second degree through them, but I kind of got involved in some other studies that we'll kind of talk about. But I've started looking at the coursework again and kind of picked up on it.
Right.
So, which school? So they have their website, and they are also doing some video on YouTube as well.
Yeah, actually, I went back and one of our coven mates is doing the first degree, and they have added video to the lessons.
That's kind of cool. I
So,
think that can be really beneficial.
yeah, I'm just kind of bummed that they don't have video to the third degree lessons.
Right. Well, it's probably on the docket, so to speak.
Probably.
So
But they do a lot of networking as far as they have YouTube channel, they have Facebook groups, they have Yahoo groups. A lot of their mentors use Yahoo groups to contact their students and to interact with them that way. They do a lot of networking, and they are worldwide. They're everywhere.
Australia, I remember.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Right. South Africa.
Yes.
South America. They're just all over, and I mean, they've had their ups and downs. The tradition has, and the school has passed through different. I don't want to say principles because it's not the word, but leadership. And
because they have a physical location, don't they?
Well, it's been a while since I checked. I'm not sure. They did have a store somewhere in the Midwest, and that crashed and burned because the town didn't appreciate them, so they moved to Salem. And they were in Salem for a while, and I'm not sure if they're still there. I have not been involved in leadership in the tradition in a while. I was a first degree mentor for a year or so, but that was a while back.
Yeah, because you were my mentor, weren't you?
And I was Crystal's mentor.
Yeah. That's how we met Crystal.
Was through Witch School. Yes, that's how we met Crystal. Mm-hmm. That's such a weird story.
Right.
But anyway, but they do have a lot of networking stuff, and they have a lot of their temples have in-person classes, as well as the online classes.
And when we first started, you could get your first degree for free. You could take those classes and get your first degree for free. And when we first started, they had this, I think that it was like a membership drive. I think we could consider that a membership drive. And they had where you could pay, it was $50,
something like that. Lifetime membership.
Yeah, $50 or $75, and you had a lifetime membership.
Which they have gone through periods where they didn't offer lifetime, and when they do offer lifetime, they do actually offer right now
Right.
Because I checked the website this morning. The charter lifetime is normally $150, give or take a penny. But right now there is a sale going on, so it's only 113. And while you can get your first, second, and third degree on there, there are many, many
Oh.
other classes you can take.
Oh yeah,
Everything from
herbalism,
herbalism to tarot to
numerology.
numerology,
Yeah.
the tree of life. There's just
Right.
all kinds of classes that you can take.
And they have topics that are specific to the Corellian tradition.
Right.
Because they have a robe system, they have a stole system,
Right.
and things of that nature.
And
So
and there are classes specific to the mentoring program. They're looking for mentors right now. So if you wanted to become a member, there are specific classes you have to take.
right.
There's I want to say the second degree had a spells course you had to take alongside it.
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, and there's a project for the second
Yeah, and
degree.
there's several for the third degree, which I haven't quite got to that point yet. But
Right.
there's a lot of information
It's
on the
very
witch school.
comprehensive.
Yes, very, very
And so
comprehensive.
they have different plans. So you can do the lifetime membership like Cathy talked about already, or you can choose to do like a monthly membership
Which
of
is cheap.
$3.75. You can do a 6-month membership for like $20.
Because why wouldn't you?
Right. You could do a yearly membership of $30, or you could do a 4-year membership of $100.
Which, if you're going to do that, why not spend another,
13 at this point and
right,
just do a
do a
lifetime.
lifetime.
Yeah.
And Helen and I both have lifetimes, and I mean, we walked away from it for a while, and now we're back to it. So the
Right.
lifetime really works for us because it's for the life.
Yeah, you can just pick up where you left off,
Right,
basically. So that's kind of nice. So
So
that's
Witch
the
School
first
is
one.
definitely one that we would recommend because we've had experience with it,
Mhm.
and we know what it's like, and that it's worth the money, and it's not that expensive for what you get out of it.
No, not really. Especially $150 for a lifetime membership. You can take
Yeah.
as many classes as you want, whatever. I mean,
I guess the only thing that I would be leery of is it used to be you could get your degree and not have to give them anything but your magical name, but now they require a copy of your driver's license and more information than I personally felt comfortable giving them.
well, that could just be, regulations as far as like
It could
laws,
be. It could be.
the
Yes.
501(c) status for
But
nonprofits.
they have what's called an inner court, which is actually belonging to their church, or you can do an outer court, so you can still get the degree and not have to give them that information.
And for a long time, um, we maintained a shrine.
We did a personal shrine, which
Because we have a sacred circle at the Covenstead, and so that was registered. There's different levels of like a physical location
right.
and what it could be
Yeah,
listed
maybe it wasn't a personal. I think it was one step up from personal because it was with the intention of going into a Witten shrine, but I'm just sometimes not real good about turning in reports, and I hate to do expense
The
reports
business
when
end.
there's never ever any expenses.
Yeah.
I mean, we as a coven don't require dues. We don't pull money. We don't have
Right.
a fund somewhere. If we need
Right.
something,
We
we
just buy
purchase it.
Yeah.
One of our members purchase it, or we go in on it,
Mhm.
or something, and we just don't worry about it.
Right.
So,
So that's it
So
for
that's
Witch
Witch
School.
School.
So the next one that we wanted to talk about was the Temple of Witchcraft. And I'll say right now that I'll link in the description box websites for all of these.
Mhm.
So the Temple of Witchcraft, I'm sure you've heard me talk about it a few times.
just a couple.
This is Christopher Penzak's Mystery School. The website is templeofwitchcraft.org. Christopher's Mystery School is a 5-year program. $300 a year will get you through his mystery school. Last I knew, and I haven't technically talked to him in a little while, but last I knew, you could test out of Witchcraft 1 and Witchcraft 2.
If you have read the Inner Temple and Outer Temples of Witchcraft books,
like on your own, because
right.
his books have been available for a long time, and he has taught in-person classes
Right.
for as long of a
So
time.
I guess we should say that he does have a Temple of Witchcraft book series that goes along with this.
Right.
It's Inner, Outer, Shamanic, High, and Living.
Yeah.
And the Living is two separate volumes.
2 volumes.
So these go along with those classes, but there's
It's
a lot
the
more.
textbook.
There's
It's
a
the
lot more
textbook for it.
information that's given when you actually pay for the classes.
Right.
Which Helen would know more about because she does.
Right. So I've had an extremely positive experience. I'm in my 4th year. Um, there's only like one thing that I would say hasn't been extremely positive, and I think it's exclusive to me, and that's that part of once you hit 3rd year, you're expected to mentor someone that's in like Witchcraft 1. And my mentors have kind of bounced around a little bit as I've gotten into year 4. And I was a part of the first year of online um, students. And so back then, Christopher was handling everything on his own. And so there wasn't really mentors at that point. But I'm in my 4th year and I'm on like my 4th mentor. And my 1st year, I technically didn't have one. My 2nd year, I actually tested out of. So I've had 4 mentors, even though I've technically,
Right.
so there's something to be had about, or something to be said about having a mentor that you develop a relationship with. And last year I had to take on a mentee, and I've developed a really good relationship with her. As a matter of fact, we actually talked on the telephone for the first time yesterday.
Wow.
We've exchanged emails and text messages for a really really long time. Well, not really. I mean, in our time
Right.
together, kind of a
Right.
thing. But we actually talked yesterday for the first time, so that was kind of cool. So shout out to my mentee. I won't say your name because I don't know if you want that out there, but love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So anyhow, yeah, really positive experience for me through there. And just so if you're interested in looking at the online program, if you've read the first 2 or the first 1 or whatever and want to try to test out, go to the website, make an inquiry, and see if that's still available. Like I said, I don't know for sure.
But because of the extra material that's available, you might want to just walk through it anyway.
Well, and because I tested out of year 2, I'm getting that year 2 information that I never got because I never took the class. But that information that's available, because my mentee is going through her 2nd year, now I'm a part of that group and I get to download it every month with her. So that's set up in a monthly lesson with exercises, things like that. So the next Witchcraft 1 online class is set to start in the fall of 2016. And student registration opens in the spring of 2016. And that was taken right off the Temple website. So they will announce when registration opens. So if you go, there's emailing lists and social networks and stuff like that if you're interested, you can get involved with.
Right.
So
And they post a lot of stuff. Like I noticed Christopher's been posting classes that he'll be teaching around the country, which I think he sticks mostly to the New England states because that's where he lives.
yeah, but he's really going around the country. He's worldwide.
Yeah.
So that's it for the Temple of Witchcraft. The next one that we thought we'd talk about is Keepers of the Hearth.
Right. Now, this is our dear friend Crystal's church
that she established
with
her sister Autumn. And again, that's keepersofthehearth.com. I will link that in the description bar.
Keepers of the Hearth is kind of an umbrella organization, which was meant for family groups. We don't have a family group, but
we have a coven.
Which
they
more,
recognize.
Yeah, they recognize. So So if you have a small family group or a coven and are interested in being associated with Keepers of the Hearth, you can contact Crystal.
No,
No?
no. What you need, if you're interested in more information, um, this is a free school. They don't charge for lessons. If you're interested, go to the website and click on the guest book tab and leave a message, and someone will get back with you. Crystal is not taking new students at this time because of her health issues.
Right.
But Autumn may. So if you make an inquiry via the guest book,
Right.
then Autumn will get back with you. So they have a 3-year degree system. We both hold
Second.
so first and second degrees
Mhm.
through them. And like Cathy said, it was based as a family coven situation. They, I'm not certain what their status is as far as solitaires or not having a family or whatever, because I think there might be one or two. So make an
Yeah.
inquiry if you're
Yeah.
interested. And
Absolutely.
they're based in technically in Louisiana. So
Right.
and I think there's in-person classes too. But they're
Yeah, I
pretty
think
groovy.
in Louisiana, I think there is.
Mm-hmm. So
So the next school that we wanted to talk about is this the one that I found?
that's the one that you
Okay.
found.
So the College of Sacred Mists, the website being workingwitches.com. I came across this. I don't even know how. I followed somebody's link on Facebook. You know how that stuff goes. And it looked kind of interesting because it was distance learning. And it sounds like they have a wide variety as far as curriculum is concerned with potion craft, candle making, kitchen witchcraft, the degree programs, things like runes, palmistry. So in that, they're similar to Witch School. However, they have their fee system is different. They have an enrollment fee of $25, and then it's $25 per month. And I guess something that should be said about this and about Witch School is that, of course, the degrees are a year and a day. You can't power through the online learning and get it in 2 weeks.
Exactly. Right. And that's the same thing like with Christopher and
Well, his is an interactive,
right.
where
that takes a year and a
where
day.
the Witch School is you read the lesson, you take an online test,
Right.
you have a mentor you interact with, but the tests on the Witch School site, you can't take them until, you have to wait a month between tests. I'm not sure. It sounds like that's the way it is on the College of Sacred Mists, but I have not belonged to that. I don't know anybody who does, so I'm not positive, but it sounds like it's going to be that way too.
So if anyone out there that's listening is involved in the College of Sacred Mists, we'd love to hear about your experiences.
Right.
So
Good,
please let us
bad,
know.
indifferent. And any more information would be helpful. I was looking around to see if they had a free sign up, but they don't. So I wasn't going to pay $25, actually 50 to check it out.
Right, because that would be like the initial startup.
Right.
So it's out there. Check it out if you're interested. The next group that we thought we would talk about is the Sakrak tradition. I'm probably murdering that.
Probably.
But this is a mystery school / tradition that was established by Kerr Cahulan, and he is a noted New Age author of Wiccan Warrior, and
he comes to Convocation most years.
He comes to Convocation. CarrCahulan.com is his website. Crystal took classes under Care, and that was all like email correspondence type stuff. And I did some looking, she did some looking, and the tradition is now referred to as the warrior tradition. Care is an ex police officer. So he and practices like martial art, Tai Chi type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very much melded that Eastern philosophy of like, the Tai Chi or whatever he's based off of, and Wiccan as a tradition, and put them together. Their ceremonial garb is geese,
right,
and there's belts.
And we've taken several classes from him at Convocation, and I've read quite a few of his books. He also has a Pagans in the Law book, I think, which I think is geared toward law enforcement to try to teach them more about paganism, because it's so misunderstood.
Right. So, there aren't any references on CARE's website about any ongoing classes or a schedule or anything like that. But if that's something that's interesting to you, I'm certain that you could contact him via his website and see if and when he's is he going to
Right,
offer
right.
any
He's also
classes?
on Facebook if you want to try to contact him that way.
Right. So Crystal had a fairly, positive experience with him. So we thought we'd mention that just because of how distinct the
He's different. It's a
right,
different type
right.
of
It's a different approach.
right.
So, and then I also found another online academy. It's called the Wild Witch Academy, and that's at wildwitchacademy.com. And that is it's a $90 a year program, and this is set up as a 52-week lesson course. I haven't taken it. I don't know of anyone who's taken it, but I thought it was an interesting setup because
Mhm.
it's a different course every week. And so their class starts in January, and the 2016 course is currently closed. So if you were interested in something like that, and I couldn't even like really get in to see what the courses were like, but I'm assuming if it's 52 lessons, then it's going to be a broad range of
I would hope so.
stuff.
Right. Or the lessons would be really short.
Exactly. And there are scholarships available. So I'll link that down there, and you can, if you're interested, you can take a look and see if that's something that might fit your schedule.
So the
So,
last one we wanted to talk about is also a course that Crystal has taken because Crystal has been doing this for a long time and has gotten into various different areas of learning. It's an herbal class through Sage Mountain. The
so,
website is sagemountain.com.
so this is in no way like Wicca or New Age or pagan
Oriented.
oriented. This is a straight up herb class, which, as witches, we use herbs all the time
Right,
for
right.
various things. But this class, I think it was through this class that she did that infused honey with the ginger and
Right,
garlic that she gifted us one year for
right.
Yule. She's
Well,
done
and I know,
herbal liniments and stuff like
yeah,
that.
she's got quite a bit of material that she's gotten from this course as far as how 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 to use things for menopause and how to heal certain illnesses.
Right. So it's a medicinal herbal class.
Right.
And it looks like it's broken down into 10 lessons, and the entire class is 100 or $295 right now to do the class, which that's like reduced from the normal charge of $375 for the 10 lessons. And there's group rates available too, which I thought was kind of cool. So if you
Yeah.
had a coven that all wanted to learn together,
Right.
then there was like a price break for like 5 people and 10 people or more.
Interesting.
So that's kind of interesting. And the lessons are written by Rosemary Gladstar, who looks like she's got several herbal books out, and has been involved with herbs for over 40 years. So Crystal has had a very positive experience with this correspondence program.
Right.
So, and
Right. And
we
the lessons are hands on too. So you're supposed to do the materials at home
and make the
and
things
make the items like the honey, ginger,
infusion.
what was the other?
And there was
Garlic
right, yeah.
infusion.
And I know she did like a muscle liniment
Right.
and stuff like
Right,
that.
because I have some of that
Right,
Crystal gave me.
right,
So, and you're encouraged, of course, to grow the herbs, but you can also buy them.
right.
So that would be the last one we had to talk about
Right.
today.
Yeah. So there's other online and correspondence classes out there too.
Yes.
There,
I mean, it's with anything, they're out there. You just do a Google search. The thing to be careful of is, look at reviews, talk to other people who have taken the classes or the courses through those companies, through those websites. Don't throw a whole lot of money at something that's going to rip you off. There's a couple of courses that we mentioned that we just don't know about. So I would say to be a little bit more wary about starting those unless you find more information about them.
Right, and the one that you found, the Sacred Mist, they're on Facebook.
Yes, they're
And
on
so,
Facebook.
I mean, any organization that's doing something and doing it right, they're going to have a presence in social media just to get
Right.
it out there.
So you could contact some of those people on social media and say, "Hey, how was your experience?"
Yeah, how is this working for you?
Right.
Stuff
I mean,
like
we
that.
personally know what Witch School is like and what the Temple of Witchcraft is like and the Keepers of the Hearth. So we can recommend those to you and the herbal classes. But, you know, don't just take our word for it for the other ones that we talked about.
Right.
You know, find somebody who's taken those courses.
Right.
Find
Because
somebody who's
if
had a
you
good experience because
right,
you don't want to get screwed.
right. If you are interested in, you know, clergy as far as from a Wiccan perspective, then, you know, if you were going to go to college, you would do your research.
Mm-hmm.
So this is no different. You want something that's accredited. You want something that
I don't know that any of these are accredited as far as,
well,
you know,
they're
actual
accredited.
colleges are concerned.
They're
But
accredited because, for example, with Christopher, he has his 40 or 501(c)(3) or 501
yeah,
sat
but
C.
that's different than college
You want
college
it to be
accreditations.
you
Yeah, you
want
want
it
it
to
to be
be
recognized. You want it to be out there so that you can find the information for that church
right.
and know and verify that it is an actual church.
Right, and verify that, you know, if you spend your time and you spend your money to do this, if clergy is what your end game is,
Right.
then is this going to give you what you want?
And there's no
Which
need to
school?
spend thousands of dollars to
Right.
get your clergyhood. There's
Yeah.
no need for it.
Well,
So if somebody, I mean, you can. There's some out there, but I would not pay that kind of money personally.
right. I don't have that kind of money to spend.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
Where you could spend $4 a month on the witch school, and you know that's the price of a coffee at Starbucks each month. You could
Right.
get a degree.
Right. And be recognized.
Right.
At least in the state of Michigan.
Yes.
Because, I mean, once I got my first degree, that's when I was allowed to, I'm considered a reverend in the state of Michigan, just
Right.
as you are. So we can perform weddings, we can perform funeral rites, you know, we can be recognized in hospitals as a member of clergy
Right.
and come in and minister to persons of our faith.
Right.
So if that's your end game, then that's what I'm saying. Do your research because you want it to
Right.
be what you're looking for.
But the other important thing to say about distance learning is you also have to do your homework because they give you the information and like I know that the Temple of Witchcraft and Witch School, they give you exercises that you're supposed to do and you need to do them.
Right.
You can't just read through them and go, oh yeah, that sounds like, all right, yeah, fine,
I can do that.
I can do that and I'm done. You actually have to do the learning. You have to, if you're doing the herbal class, you have to actually work with the herbs. If you're doing an energy class, you have to actually work with the energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you only get out of it what you're going to put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Would be what I would say.
Definitely. Definitely. So there you have it.
Right.
Those are some online learning options that
Helen will link them down at the bottom.
Right. So again, if you've had experiences with any of these,
or if you know of any other ones that you could recommend or recommend people stay away from.
Right, exactly. Please feel free to list a comment in the description or in the comments below.
You know what we did not do?
We
did not announce the winner.
Oh my gosh!
Of the drawing from our extravaganza.
Extravaganza! Yes, Morgana Phoenix is
Yay!
She is the winner of our giveaway for our end of year podcast extravaganza
something.
Right. So Morgana has been contacted. So please get back with me with your information and we will get your package
out your special gift out to you as soon as we have your address. We can do that.
Please. So that's going to wrap it up for us this time. We thank you for tuning in. And if you liked this podcast, please give us a thumbs up. Please comment. Please subscribe and let us know that what we're doing is good for you.
Tell your friends.
Yeah. So until next time, thank you for walking the path a little while with us and blessed be.
Blessed be.